When you realize you're gonna have to share the love of your life, my baby boy, with another female one day.
At first sight, you may think this is a lover's embrace, but it's in fact the mom-son hug.
I'm gonna need them to call CPS. I'm gonna need Chris Hansen in there right now. This is absolutely unacceptable and disgusting. Boy moms actually terrify me. And no, I'm not just talking about any mother of a boy. You know exactly who I'm talking about. I'm talking about those moms that seem to have no boundaries with their boys, that seem to hate and punish the girls for no reason, for the crime of being born a girl for some reason, that seem to praise their boy children at every single moment while putting down the girls, never forcing the boys to lift a finger, while making the girls do all of the chores and basically maintaining that the boy child is my favorite. Not to mention, this boy mom culture comes with the normalization of utterly blatantly disgusting conduct, putting these labels on your child as if they're a romantic partner and expressing this jealousy that one day your boy child will have a girlfriend or a partner that you'll have to share them with. And I feel like this has been a thing somewhat for a while, but the internet has really exposed this picture of these boy moms in a light that we have never seen it before, because honestly, a lot of them will snitch on themselves, making content and videos, putting their children in inappropriate situations, showing that, oh, it's not weird that I'm jealous of my son's girlfriend, and also expressing the fact that, oh, their boys are their favorite child. But regardless, today we're gonna be diving headfirst into boy mom territory. So sit down, buckle in, and try not to vomit on the ride, because a lot of this content that we're going to be seeing today, I'm going to be honest, is pretty disgusting. But first, I just wanted to thank you all so much for 5,000 subscribers. I've been making content for months now, and I'm just so grateful. Like, a lot of people have been making content for way longer than me and have not reached this level, so thank you so much. If you like the content I make, subscribe. I just want to thank you all so much for the support. Now back to the boy moms content. So let's get into the first boy moms video.
His first tattoo, even though he's 16, at least I'm the one consenting for him to get it. First of all, he's getting my name, and I just love every bit of it. So I'm like, yes, but why are we paying $250 for this tattoo? Let's get into it. He just got to be so bougie. And on top of that, he's also getting his favorite scripture on him too. So he's getting my name at the top, and then he's getting his favorite scripture at the bottom. Y'all about to see. Because he just got baptized. So I'm like, oh Lord, you just got baptized and you already getting tatted up? Jesus, please take the wheel. But it's very harmless. It's not a gang tattoo. It's very meaningful, and I just love it. Like, my name looks so good on his body, yada yada. What y'all think?
I'm sorry, the insanity to say that his name looks good on your body, yada yada. Do you know the connotations of that song? Like, have you listened to that song? I mean, on a base level, it's a little bit odd to accompany your child to get a tattoo. But again, like, maybe you're a non-traditional parent, maybe you know, I can make excuses for that, right? I'm not gonna sit here and like be like, oh, that's weird off the bat. But it kind of did like put a little tinge and like, ooh, like this is gonna be strange. And then I saw the fact that she is ogling over his body, yada yada, and saying my name looks so good on his body, yada yada. Like, people get tattoos of like loved ones' names all the time, but the difference here is that the loved one typically isn't sitting here and ogling over the fact that you got their name. Like, I don't know, just the connotation and the way she's speaking throughout this video makes it seem like she's going with like her boyfriend or her husband to get like her name tatted on him. Like, ma'am, that's your child. That's not your boyfriend or your husband. Like, just the language and the connotation and the tone of this video reads way more romantic than it should be, and it makes me very uncomfortable. And one thing I wanted to touch on is that like these lines are getting so blurred for a lot of these boy moms that they're just like, I don't know, for some reason seeing their children as partners or taking the place of partners or whatever. Like, it's just like, it's weird behavior. Like, that's your child. I'm not saying you're necessarily like 100% weird if you're getting a tattoo with your kid. Like, maybe you're, I don't know, a cool mom or a cool parent. Most parents I know, like, especially like in America, like Western culture, tattoos are seen more as like a rebellion thing. So it's like, it'd be interesting to get a tattoo with your mother. And this next video is going to be more of a traditional traditional boy mom TikTok, so let's get right into it. When you realize you're gonna have to share the love of your life, my baby boy, with another female one day, mind you with a typo. Okay.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
First, the fact that you're calling other women females like a 15-year-old boy is just, that's just the icing on the cake of the situation. I feel so bad for this child. And then, just another funny addition, like she was getting a lot of hate on this video, obviously for good reasons, because what do you mean you're sharing your son with another female? What are you talking about? Excuse me, please find some sense. But here's her response to the hate.
This is a message to all the haters out there. If you don't like what I do, but you watch everything I'm doing, you're still a fan.
Wow, you really showed us. You know, we were coming at you for basically being very inappropriate and weird towards your child, lamenting the fact that you're gonna have to share them with another person. And, you know, you really showed us with this edit, like, I'm a hater now, I guess. I mean, can't argue with the facts. I'm a hater and a loser, I guess, because I'm watching everything that you do. I'm watching this one TikTok where you are clearly and visibly being very inappropriate towards your own child. Like, okay, that's one thing. Like, a lot of these boy moms, when they get called out for this blatantly disgusting behavior, their first instinct is to instantly go on the defensive and, oh, you're being the weird one. I was never doing anything weird. You're weird. I'm not weird. You are. You're weird. Did you know that? But it's like, let me ask the audience, because there's like 100 people in your comments calling you out for this weird behavior. And then also lamenting the fact that, oh, one day I'm gonna have to share that. Like, isn't the whole point of like, well, in theory, the whole point of raising a child is like, one day that child's gonna take care of you, one day that child's gonna be independent, like, you know, generally. So like, why are you lamenting the fact that your child isn't all, I mean, I understand parents do have like difficulties with like letting go sometimes, but at the same time, it's like, why are we lamenting your child having a partner? That's weird to me, and it's not. I don't like the fact that it's so like normalized in these boy mom circles. Like, please stop it, and please go seek some help. And I know we've started to get into the rabbit hole, but I just want to again warn people for this next video. This next video is so nasty and disturbing that like I'm gonna need them to call CPS. I'm gonna need Chris Hansen in there right now, because the way that this mom allows her son to be treated in this video is just so disturbing. One, this is absolutely unacceptable and disgusting. The way that she is introducing this child to an inappropriate situation at such a young age, like the child does not understand what's going on here. The child cannot possibly understand what's going on here. Your job as a parent generally is to protect them from this. Like, they are not developed enough to understand what's going on here, and you are sitting here exposing them to this. And I did look into the video just because I was very like disturbed, but so apparently that's the child's aunt, but there was a video where the child was or where the aunt and the mom were like sitting there giggling, laughing together, and the mom was excusing the behavior of the aunt. And it's like, why would you ever let anybody interact with your child in this way? And to post it online is just weird behavior. To the fact that not only do you not see anything wrong with this behavior to the point that you're doing it, which is one, that's like the big red flag, right? But two, you don't see anything wrong with this to the point that you're willing to post this online and then sit here and defend it when people are calling you out for what's happening here. There's just no excuse for this behavior. It's nasty, it's exploitative, and it's something about boy mom culture. Once you dig into the depths of it, it ends up being this, because you're worshiping your child like it's somehow like a partner. You're lamenting that your boy is going to grow up one day and you're going to share him with another woman. Like, what? This is like the ultimate slippery slope of that. It ends up being this exploitation, it ends up being this disturbing behavior, and it ends up exposing these children to things that they shouldn't be exposed to and blurring the boundaries. If a child thinks this is okay from their immediate family, somebody else could come in here and do something to them, and they might think that's okay because that's what they've been exposed to. That's what their mom allowed to happen to them in this situation. This is really scary and disturbing to me. And then I'm just gonna show one last TikTok, a little bit more like lighter, still disturbing, obviously, because of, the behavior of the boy mom, but like lighter than what was shown in that last video, because that last video, I'm sorry, that last video I'm gonna have to call CPS. I really am.
At first sight, you may think this is a lover's embrace, but it's in fact the mom-son hug. This woman was ecstatic after seeing her baby boy finish his first football game, that she threw herself into her son's arms in a way that many describe as an
I mean, I'm sorry, there's no way you can look at that video and see that as anything but inappropriate, but weird, but odd, because it's very inappropriate, it's very odd. Why are you, like, okay, it wouldn't be weird the other way around, like, if the child was like a little bit younger, right? Like if that's a little like boy jumping into his mom's arms, like that's cute, right? But you are a grown woman. This looks like a teenage boy in like high school, and you're jumping into his arms and like, I don't know. It's very inappropriate to me. It's not like, read the room, because one, you're embarrassing him in front of all of his friends. Two, it's just weird to do that. Like that's not normal. That's not something we should sit here and like be doing to our kids, especially when they're that level of grown. Like, can we stop? But I'm just gonna keep watching because, this video includes like her response and everything.
appropriate.
It was literally a hug between my son and I, and so if you're one of the people that happens to see something immoral or sexual or wrong with it, then I'm just gonna say that's on you. I don't have anything else to say, and I'm not gonna try and explain my...
Again, like I was talking about earlier with the immediate deflection, it's always, like the child, it's you guys are taking this out of context. It's not me. I didn't do anything wrong. You're taking it out of context. You're making it weird. But it's like, no, what you did blatantly was weird. People are calling out what you did because it is weird. People are not misconstruing what you did. I mean, you might have had good intentions, right? But again, the boy mom fallacy. It goes from, I love my boy so much, I'm mad I have to share a partner with them, to actively doing these things which are exploitative and which are weird. Like you dig yourself into this hole of like, I love my son so much and they can do no wrong, to the point where you're doing these things that are blatantly disturbing, disgusting, disparaging, or blatantly disturbing to like the majority of the public. It's like, come on now, seriously. This boy mom content, this boy mom culture, this boy mom behavior only serves to continue and push out these children who are underdeveloped, don't know what they're doing. Like if you've never had to deal with punishment, or you've never been taught how to do things because, that's something your sisters do. Like you don't do that, right? And it continues to normalize this odd behavior, this odd exploitative behavior, shaping this section of the internet where this is suddenly okay because, I'm just a boy mom. This is okay behavior because I'm just a boy. And then this next video is kind of an example of the effect that this could have on like girl children, like how these boy moms like to exalt, like, I don't know, they exalt their sons over any other children. Their sisters are just, second-class citizens compared to the boys for some reason. And like, people were saying, this is a joke. Comments are calling it out. One comment's like, so the joke is gonna be, I love your brother more than you, right? That's so funny. Like, even though it's a joke, I feel like in a lot of situations, this has like more than a smidgen of truth, because a lot of these boy moms, again, exalt their sons to the point where they can do no wrong. They don't see their sons as equals to their daughters for some reason. It's like the ultimate pick-me state where your kids are less to you, or you see them as less because they're girls for some reason. Like, and it really is deep because it instills this idea in these girls that, they're somehow less than their brothers. They're somehow, they go into the world thinking that they're less than men overall because that's what they've been going through their whole childhood. They've always had it harder. They've always had it harder from their parents. They've always had more punishments. They've always been through more than their male counterparts because these boy moms exalt the boys over all the other children. And it's really sad for the children. I think that's something that a lot of people miss in this situation, because it's not just, we're laughing at these boy moms, right? It's these children are being impacted and affected by this stuff. And it's just so odd and weird and like, okay, actually this next one is disturbing. It is from a comedian's page, so I'm going to assume it's satire, right? But I think it captures very well like the whole vibe around a lot of these boy moms. It captures well basically what it comes down to when it goes to this point of exalting your boys over the girls and all this other stuff. Okay, you can clearly see that that person has like a tattoo on their arm, so they're obviously over the age of 18, but like they do, you know, on first glance look younger. But the fact that this joke, like the comments believe it. 666 stop, that was disgusting. Like the comments believe it. So boy mom culture has gotten to this point where people can't tell the difference between satire and reality. Some of these boy moms have gone to this point and deluded themselves to this point that people literally saw this video and were like, oh yeah, that's a real boy mom right there. That's horrifying, the fact that people could see this as potentially being real. It's gotten to the point where like, this could be reality. And again, like I was saying, this boy mom behavior only proves to keep pumping out men who think women deserve, or who think that they deserve women to give them everything. They've never had to work. When you're in a household, like, oh, the boys don't do the chores, the girls do chores. The girls aren't my favorite, the boys are my favorite. And it's like, these men are getting pumped out. They don't know how to do anything. They're very dependent on their mom, right? But it's like, it's not only dependent on their mom, it's dependent on women in general. A lot of them end up believing that women deserve to give them everything because their mom has given them everything. They make these associations like, oh yeah, like, why isn't this girl giving me XYZ? Because my mom always gave me this. So it just sets them up for a weird psychological start. And like, imagine if instead of trying to parent you, your parent decided to treat you as this almighty child and you can do no wrong. And you can see visibly, like children understand things. They can see visibly the fact that their sisters, their family members are being treated differently from them, especially their women family members. Like if you're seeing yourself be treated up this up and high mighty place, like, oh, you can do no wrong, you're my favorite child, da da da, your punishments are lighter, and you see your sister getting it harder, like for some reason, some of these children might think, oh, that's just how it's gonna be. That's just how it should be. It's harmful in general. Like boy mom culture is harmful to the development of these children, to the development of society in general, because it's not equal. It's upholding these century-long standards that women have been held under. It's basically it's upholding misogyny in a way, because it's like, oh, we never have to examine these men, but oh, the girls, oh yeah, they have to do this, XYZ, we're scrutinizing them. And I don't know if there's a level of self-hatred for a lot of boy moms as well, because it's like that's a small version of you. Like, why do you hate yourself to the point that you are putting this out on yourself? You're being harsher on basically a little version of yourself than you are of a little version of you that looks like a man, that happens to be a man. Like, what? And that's the big thing that really scares me about this. It's leading to a lot of people coming out into the world underdeveloped, entitled. It's scary because it perpetuates these things, and a lot of people seem to subscribe to this. It's like, okay, like I thought we called out boy moms to the point that y'all would stop, right? But no, it continues. I haven't even really touched on the fact that like a lot of the times, or sometimes these boys are like victims of inappropriate conduct from the people that they're supposed to trust the most, their parents. The betrayal of your parent allowing your aunt to do those things to you and accept it, and for some reason pretend that it's normal somehow for your aunt to do that to you, is just scary. It's odd, it's weird to me. And I really do hope that these kids I really do hope that like somebody can call CPS or something, because it's not acceptable, it's not safe. And that there's many such cases of this. This isn't an isolated video, okay? I've seen disturbing content or people or parents trying to use their sons, or sometimes their daughters as well, but I've seen a lot of them using their sons in a way as a prop to sexualize themselves. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, that's your kid, like, come on. Please stand up. And a lot of me feels horrible for these kids of boy moms, because they're not getting a normal childhood. They're not getting taught normal responsibilities. They're lacking a lot, and it really comes down to them getting pushed out into the world without having knowledge. Like, it's not their fault that their mother or their parent decided to treat them as high and mighty. It's not their fault at all. No, it's sad overall. And I just wish that somehow this would just stop, because it's so odd. It's so weird. And I know it's interesting and crazy and, you know, funny. I don't think a lot of it was funny, but it's just like the insanity maybe is funny. It's just something that's really real and really impacting these children in a tangible and real way that's so disturbing. Like, yes, these moms deserve criticism, but I think these children deserve sympathy, because they're being raised by these moms who, for some reason, don't see their daughters as equals. I feel so horribly for the daughters of these mothers. Imagine always feeling like, for some reason, out of something you can't control, you're always feeling less than. You're always treated worse than your brother for something you couldn't control. You don't control what gender you are, or you don't control how you're born. And with that, that's boy moms in a nutshell. It's a very heavy topic, and I thank you so much if you made it this far into the video. I don't blame you if you couldn't get through it, because that video in the middle was that was a lot. That was very disturbing and disgusting. But regardless, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna try to cover some more light topics hopefully soon. But again, thanks so much for 5,000 subscribers. I'm gonna continue making content for you all. Let me know down below what you wanna see next. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Subscribing is always an option, of course, if you like it. Bye.